with talent that in the next few years you're going to see going pro. You want to talk about the future of football rivals. It's guys like this, Ed Larson on the return, breaking some tackles, picking up 14 yards on the return. Now, you got to imagine both these quarterbacks, both these running backs, receivers, defenders, all these guys are going to be making big-time plays when Football Rivals Pro starts after this season of college action. If you don't know, we're going pro as Kai Cash picks up 9 right there. But Football Rivals, behind the scenes, the front office and league office are working hard to bring you continued and sustained sim football action. There are going to be 32 teams in the Pro League that you have never seen before. More coming on that soon. I'm sure as Commissioner Back will be sharing that as the time gets right and gets closer. So if you have just started following Football Rivals, now is the perfect time, because this college season is going to lead directly into the inaugural Football Rivals Pro season. There's going to be a draft, everything you'd want transitioning from a college league to a pro league. It's all going to happen here at Football Rivals. So if you're just tuning in for the first time, start by following, subscribe right now. If you already have subscribed, smash that like. Or if you're a diehard Rivals fan, do them both. We've got a 3rd and 7 as the Aggies.
All right, guys, welcome to the Football Rivals Episode 4 podcast. I have with me Fry / the Hobbit Hobbs and
Johnny Hobbs.
Baxter.
Yeah, Hobbit Hobbs.
A soon-to-be named pro team. We'll get into
That's
that later.
right. That's right.
And
exciting stuff.
The quarterback of the horrible Michigan Wolverine team.
Hey, he finally didn't throw an
Burt
interception.
Bean.
That's a big game for Burt Bean.
It was. That was a good game. Y'all
Anybody
were
other than the defending national champs, still undefeated, ranked number 1.
It's coming. There's a showdown coming.
And I'll tell you, it's interesting. We'll get on back to the video that just played in a minute, but it's interesting to see the amount of smack talk or involvement from the league this year from the humans, the users.
Mm-hmm.
CC, he must watch every game like 10 times. He sends me. He's like, I don't like the way our left guard pivots on his non-throwing arm, on the quarterback's non-throwing side, and when he throws a slant. I'm like, okay. He's like, fix it. Find me a different playbook.
I got a lot of respect for guys like CC that show up and really are involved and really get in it and bring in a bunch of dudes like he's been doing, man. A lot of credit to guys.
Absolutely.
Like that.
North Carolina is going to be the team next year. I mean, they've got like 4 or 5 recruits right now.
Shout out to CC for sure. We need more guys like that who are like really into the game.
Yep. And I told him he would be able to make a second player next year, and he was like, "Oh, so he's got to wait." Yeah, because all the newbies get first dibs.
Luco on defense.
But like our friend Skip Lloyd was saying, all those guys at some point they got to go pro.
Absolutely. Yeah, after that second year, the only time we might amend that is like maybe 3, 4, 5 years in, and obviously if you have like 30 quarterbacks a year, we might start letting guys go 3 or 4 years.
Maybe let guys hang back if they had a bad year and they're
once it's easier to edit the rosters,
elect to stay for a third season.
Yeah, like be able to make all the players as real freshmen instead of having to make a sophomore or a junior. But that's the flaw of being on the PS3 right now. So
a little bit longer. I mean,
but hey, how exciting! I mean, we're talking T minus. Some of us are getting it on the 15th, the new college football game. So
that's going to change.
That's
so
huge.
Much.
Yeah. So both games. Go ahead, Fry.
I was going to say we saw the Dynasty deep dive video. The live video they did the other day, and then all the videos we've been seeing also exposing and showing the depth of their their creation.
You
all
should
the-
pull that up and put it on a mute in a tab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything that they have going on, it's awesome. They've got the game's going to do so well, and I think it's going to give everything we want for a college series, the perfect funnel right into the pro series that we have coming.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's
we
all
talked
hitting at the
about-
perfect time.
We talked about at one point, and I hope we still get around to doing like an all-star game, pre
During the transition.
Yeah, during that transition, that'd be an awesome thing to do in the new college football game.
Yeah. So
Kicks around
this
the idea
episode's
of
all about
like a high school
all about
all-star
in,
game.
yeah. That's what I was about, so this episode's all about informing the our fans. So the football rivals fans. So let's do that. So we are gonna have, that's the aim. The goal is to have a like during the transition where we are building the teams and building the draft class in the new Madden game, because there is a creation tool. So the board has voted pretty much, and we are going to be, the first season will be on the PS5. We'll
Nice.
use the creation tools that Madden provides while we still explore modding abilities or needs for the PC so that we can go fully customizable. No NFL logos, no Madden anywhere, all splash screens, all intros, everything will be Football Rivals.
And
That's the
whatever route we
goal.
choose, we're not hemmed into one route only. We can
Yeah.
Yeah, and
pivot as we need.
And we don't want to give too much away because we want to spoon feed you guys to make you keep coming back for more. But that Baxter is, admittedly, no one in this league, and I've said it from day one, I lean heavily on Fry to deal with people, and I lean heavily on Baxter to basically get this thing going. So, admittedly, I'm running the league day to day, recording games, talking to players, doing the league, and these two guys are running the league on the other side for me. So Baxter does know more about the league, so about the pro league that's coming. So he's talking to the mod guys and stuff like that. So if there's any insight,
and even that's been fun. That's
so if there's any insight you want to get on that,
process.
Baxter, going off the video that just played, any information that you feel is necessary at this time.
Yeah, I think the cool thing has been we've met some really cool people as we've started to explore the possibilities of modding, because I think that we've all talked about in the league office about wanting the best possible product for you guys, for everyone who's into Football Rivals, and we want to create something that is sustainable and long term and can allow the ultimate level of customization when you take over a team and you having the ability to really down to the finite, the scoreboards and what's on the field, and like you can have that level of customization if we go the modding route. So it's been really cool to work with those guys and get a proof of concept built out, which I'm sure at some point we will share. So even if we don't go that route, it's been awesome to meet those guys and to get to explore the possibilities of a mod and everything we think it has advantages with. But also we're super excited about doing the team creator in Madden this year. Like that will be just so fresh and different and cool. And I think no matter what, the first year of the Pro League is going to be awesome because it's going to be 32 teams that no one has ever heard of. The cities may be familiar, some of them, but the teams will not. They are all brand new, and
there's
cool.
some pretty radical teams out there.
Oh, man,
Fry, I was gonna say you've been involved in a little of the process, so go ahead and speak on.
First off, to touch on what you were saying about the mod, I don't know what type of circles everyone else runs in. Like I don't run deep with tech nerds and geeks. Like there's a cool world out there I don't know nothing about.
Mhm.
Like if a computer gets too crazy or advanced, it looks like sorcery to me, and I don't know what to do about it. So getting to have a behind the scenes look at some of these dudes and what they're doing with the mod, and how creative and how minute detail they can get in and add, like just like awesome things that you might not ever see, but the fact that they can find a small place on a helmet or a jersey to put something innocuous that's like a big deal. That's super cool to me. Like it takes a lot of attention to detail, and it takes an insane amount of patience. So I've been blown away by how crazy cool that world is, and to get to see behind the scenes when you talk you're talking about some of these teams that we've created, which are crazy amazing. And you start kind of throwing, ideas against the wall and seeing what sticks, and then at the end you come out with this like mascot that's crazy and awesome and unique and nothing that you see anywhere else. So the amount of creativity behind the scenes has been through the roof, and you guys are going to be stoked whenever we start to unveil things down the road for the Pro Series.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Amen.
I'm the same way. I probably only had like 8% more knowledge than you did of this stuff, and I would tell them what I wanted or Baxter, and they would come back with it, and it's like, holy crap! I mean, like this, they can make the stitching zigzag or teeth or some. I mean, the stitching on the pants, it's crazy. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, if I wanted a bald eagle throwing a grenade, they can make it happen. So, not that that's what's coming. That's cool. I wish I had thought of that earlier, but
I can
they can do
attest
that
there
stuff.
is no bald eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
there's
pyramid.
not. But
Yeah.
if you take over a team at some point, these are just the inaugural teams. Maybe we should even talk about that, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I was going to bring that up. That these are the inaugural first draft, first season, pro season teams. It's 32 custom teams that we there's a panel of 3, 4, 5 of us, mainly 3 at one time, every day, that have came up with these cities and teams and logos, and hopefully the goal is, in 3, 4, 5 years, all 32. Well, not all 32 because there's 4 human owners right now. So I guess the other 28, the other 28 teams will be dead and gone unless someone wants to take over an existing team, which is fine. You can do that. But the goal is to have 28 other human teams come in and take over these organizations and be creative and take, they might keep the same name but come up with a different logo or something. So
yeah, or pick a whole new city, a whole new team name. It can be whatever you want.
yeah,
As long
everything's
as it's
fully customizable.
yeah. I mean, of course, something like that would have to be passed through the board because you can't go outrageous and wild and come in with something insane. But I mean, as long as it's clear to us that you have a vision of what you want your team to be, and it evokes that rival feel that we have all been going for, that we all love and cherish in football. Then all good for us.
Yeah, and I love how everyone in the Discord and in the games too, the rivalry aspect is surviving and it's thriving a little bit, and people are trash talking each other. You can tell people are a little gun shy from being in other leagues that have existed in their lifetime or in their esports time, and they're a little gun shy to come in. I've had people apologize to me for saying, damn. We're all adults. If you slip up and say damn in the Discord, I don't care. And other leagues are, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Like, dude, we're all adults. There's no kids in here. This is an adults only league. We only want serious, committed adults that are going to run organizations professionally. And that's something that was going to segue into that was, like you said, but if you're a professional and come into this, I mean, we've brought this up numerous times. There will be payouts in this league. It's not you pay an entry fee. Think of this as fantasy football on steroids. I mean, you're going to come in, you're going to pay a fee to run an organization as you want to, 100% your organization. And if you are good and your players are good, your players can earn money, payouts, rewards. Your organization can win awards. There's we have a CFO every now and then. But we have a CFO that's, helping me figure up a revenue sharing program. And, you can bring in sponsors to your teams. There's going to be merchandise. I mean, we're going full out. This is a legit business.
Yeah. And to echo that, because it makes us so different than what else is out there. But to echo that same sentiment, there is a pay scale that will be released once it's been fine-tuned and set in place. And if you win the title, you get paid. If you have a player who wins an MVP, that player gets paid, not in-game currency, real money, real actual currency.
Real dollars.
This is something that's like big and separate, because we want this to be something people take serious and take some pride in. This is more than just a club and hanging out, which that stuff's great, and the Discord is great, and getting to talk with everybody is awesome. But what sets this league apart is you can come into this, you can put in your time and your effort, and you can lead your team to victory and receive a monetary payout, which then you're going to roll right back into the next season to try to win again. So
Yeah.
this league is going to be above other leagues in that regard, and that's going to bring forth the competition, and it's going to bring forth the professionalism, it's going to bring forth the rivalry. So it's a good thing to put us where we are.
Yeah, and I just want to say, I know Baxter's probably going to say something here, but I just want to say real quick to tag onto that. You will never hear us badmouth or talk poorly about another league.
Oh, by no means.
This is all we don't care. We don't care about other leagues. This is our league. We're here to, me and Baxter, this is our last hurrah. So we're putting all 100% effort into this.
Amen.
Same.
Other people in the league, people that have players have, told me the same thing. This is their, their last shebang, their last whatever.
Same.
They're 100% committed to this and making it grow. I mean, I'm minimum 10 years into this. So, I'm committed to this for, 8 to 12 years. And if it lasts longer than that, cool. If it doesn't, it'll be a fun time. This is what I do in my spare time anyway. This league, the college version of this league, you guys know already, has been in my family for almost 20 years. We've been playing this way for, since NCAA 04 or 03, whatever it was. So just the ability to actually bring it into the public and let you guys join in on it. The last
Are all those guys jonesing about the new game? Your family?
Oh yeah, everybody's excited.
Man,
That's
can't
awesome.
express how excited I am.
I think we should do on the side, like totally separate. We should just do like a league office, like Dynasty.
Oh yeah,
or something.
gig them.
The only reason I'm not getting the early release is because I work extremely long hours on Monday through Thursday. So when the game releases that weekend, you will not hear from me. I will be gone.
Everything pre-recorded.
Yeah, I'm a week ahead anyway, so I might get 2 weeks ahead before then. So.
Yeah, I'll be out of town on vacation.
And it's my birthday weekend, I think. So
nice.
I'll definitely be out of town.
Wait, which weekend?
My birthday is the 21st. I think it comes out like the 18th or something, 16th.
Oh, that's funny because mine's the 14th, and it comes out the day after.
Nice.
Yeah,
it comes out if you do the early access. That is.
Yeah, and I didn't for that reason because I wouldn't have time to play it anyway. So
yeah, I took off that day.
Yeah,
nice.
It's a Monday.
Respect. Yeah.
But I think a third of America will be off that day.
Yeah.
But I forgot where I was going with that. So,
well, you were just saying, it's you're not going anywhere, and I think that's a good point to make, right? Like, I definitely said this is my last league. I've had a lot of fun in some of the other leagues. No hate on other places I've been at all, but the opportunity to be in on the ground floor of building one out that, I'm an adult. I have a home. I'm very fortunate in a family, and this, like you said, this is a hobby, a passion project, side thing. Like, there's no losing energy or momentum or worrying about it not being financially solvent. Like, that's not what it's about. Like, you and I, actually, all three of us have sunk money into other leagues just as a hobby. Mm-hmm. So getting to actually help build one and feel that much more invested in it, then I think will even sustain me further. So while I said it's my last league, doesn't mean I'm going anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's to go off of what you just said, sinking money into it and being invested. So there are guys in our league that, keep asking what they can do to help. So if there's anything, if there's anything you can do to help, hit us up, hit one of us three. Yeah. We all have, we're on the Discord all day long.
Yeah, I believe I have some title, some kind of player.
Yeah, you're basically like the super HR guru or something.
Yeah, I'm your union rep, as I guess I could say.
I think you're official. Once we get all official, you're gonna be like the players union rep.
Yeah, to speak like firefighter for a second, I'm a union representation for anything you guys got. So come to me with ideas. That stuff's awesome. I'm the type of guy who's gonna listen to anything, and I'm gonna give you guys all full credit. I'm not gonna take the credit for myself. I might behind the scenes. No, I want everyone throwing input in and having opinions, and because a league like this is gonna grow if the more ideas that are rubbing together, the more friction, the more fire. So I think that's a good way to take this.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
super
and
collaborative as a league
yeah,
office.
that's
We're
what I was about to
very
say.
democratic. I think we're all open to each other's ideas, to other people's ideas. Like even as we've met the modders, we've taken feedback and thoughts from them, and like implemented them. So we want to not make this ever so reliant upon any single person that the league can't carry forward. But there's a lot of cool stuff in store, and like I don't know, man. I'm really pumped about getting the pro league off the ground and everything that's going to come along with that. And we're going to have a full ecosystem and with real cash money on the line as far as payouts.
Yeah, and there will be. I keep getting questions asked about the college league. Yes, we will be going to the new college game for year 3.
Of course.
No, that will not be this year. It will be next calendar year. Year 3 of college will be in 2025. We've mentioned it before. The pro season draft will be mid to late September.
Mm-hmm.
So the pro season will start
that's gonna
late September, early October.
That's going to depend on the Madden release, and then of course
Correct.
what type of initial
Us building the teams out.
Team builder.
So that's what I was going to say. Thanks. That came back up. That's what I was going to say was we are going to, like you said, to keep you guys some material and content going. When the college season ends, we've got to start building the new Madden season, the pro teams before we can have the draft. So luckily it is on PS5. So, there will be probably you two guys at least, and anyone else that can help. We will probably be getting help to build the rookie draft class.
Yep.
The first draft, and
which we've already been. That's already been being worked on behind the scenes too.
Yeah, there's a draft team we're working on
at that also.
The top, we have the top 20 for every position, but there's positions that need more than 20, like receivers and running backs and offensive linemen. We are going to rely somewhat on the Madden draft class because we are going to sim into the future before we have our first
NFL players.
Yeah, so there's no NFL players. So we will be in the future. Haven't decided if it's going to be like 10, 15, or 20 years. We don't know yet.
I know sometimes when I'll sim 10 years ahead when
and there's always someone hanging around.
Yeah, there's like some random rookie from right now still playing 30 years later. But for the most part, we can spot those guys and pull them out if
and other than that, we will try to, because if it's, I'm hoping Madden's always been editable anyway on the player side. So
yeah,
we should build, but we're gonna have to build it regardless. So the only thing, just to give a little, do we want to talk about how we're planning on doing the first draft, Baxter?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've talked about what's the fairest way to decide a draft order.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
And that's a really hard thing sometimes to figure out, like how to arbitrarily, do you go just by division or what, we thought, maybe the fairest thing to do is kind of install an inaugural roster, without ever playing a season, but simming ahead and just letting the chips fall where they may, and letting kind of the computer, because it is a sim league, just decide what is that first real draft order.
Yep.
And it is what it is. Even for the guys who own teams, like it is what it is. You might be first, you might be last. We could turn off trades just to make sure every team starts with a fair, equitable, number of draft picks and stuff. But I think, just making sure that it's totally random. It's the fairest possible way that we could think of, to make sure it's random.
Yeah, and leaving that behind the scenes before anyone, if someone's trying to set
no one will ever know.
They're not going to look at the draft order. I think that is the fairest way because it is randomized.
And that's what I planned on doing. The downside,
if you get the team with the 28th pick in the first round, you got a better team than the guy with the first pick. So
right, you still get a better team. So there's it's an equitable trade-off.
Agreed.
Yeah, and that's you might say who's a quarterback that'll be in the first draft.
Smokey Cash.
Yes. Well, Kai Cash will be in the second draft.
Oh, I should.
But that's what we were talking about. We'll talk about that later. But
McNamara for sure.
Kai Cash, yeah. So McNamara and Smokey Smith. McNamara right now to me is the number one quarterback. Smokey Smith is definitely the number one user, which is there's the old argument of who's better, CPU guy or a human guy that's going to be able to buy training.
We haven't.
It's your franchise quarterback, a player, a human. Like
I wouldn't
obviously
mean to cut you off, but we haven't expressly put out what there will be an upgrade system, per,
Correct.
like most people might be used to. And we'll get
But
to
it's
that in a
not pay to
second, too,
play; it's participate to
Yeah.
play. Right?
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the training aspect, the upgrading abilities will be in game participation currency,
Mhm.
like in
Yeah.
the Discord, like you'll in our league currency.
Yeah. And,
All
and the-
payouts for what you've done
yeah.
are
A-
cash,
and
like hard
this is
cold
just
cash.
we haven't discussed this yet, but I would love the idea of possibly having kind of like refer a friend type fee. When you're
Oh
bringing
yeah,
people into the
absolutely.
league, we're going to give you a dump of money,
Yeah.
in-game money for your player because like the
If
league
they stick
growing
around and make
is
it
the
into the
best for
draft.
us. Yeah,
Right.
If they stick
right.
around and make it into the draft.
yeah. We want to incentivize you bringing people in.
And that's
'Cause you
how it grows organically and fairly. Like we're trying to set up. I think something to really clarify about the pro league is that we're trying to do everything in our means to create really cool teams and a really fair, equitable start for each team. And then who knows? There might be juggernauts or there might not. And
Yeah.
then that can all be changed by what players come into the league. And if you want to all try to figure out how to work your way onto one team, I mean, I think when it comes to things like free agency, we're going to let users decide where they want to go. And, you can't call your shot in the draft. Could you force a trade in the draft? I don't know about that, but there's a lot of opportunity for the players to dictate the course
Yeah.
of the league.
Yeah. And we also reserve the right, if we put a rule in place and we see it's breakable or abusable, we reserve the right to be able to make changes to keep everything fair and proper.
Yeah, because I mean, I've said from day one, this is not a dictatorship. I have a board of 3 to 5 guys, and we vote on everything. I mean, you guys are on it, so you can
Yeah.
attest to it or confirm. I have never said no. We're doing it this way. So,
No, they're not all
Yeah.
clean sweeps, and I
Yeah.
think that's the cool thing. Like we've proven very quickly, like we can all get along to go along. We might not love every decision, but it's not about that. It's about creating a league. And look, we have to be honest. Like we're trying to offer you guys an entertainment product that is football, right? And our job is to
Yeah,
make
and
it
I
as
mean-
entertaining as possible. And I think we're trying to do that.
and there's been some player suggestions that I've brought up that have been voted on. I can't think of it off the top of my head now, but it was the playbooks, the ability to adjust your playbook week to week. At first, it was going to
Yeah.
be every 4 to 5 weeks, but especially as these guys came in, it's an older game. So they didn't let CC. I mean, he's changed his playbook 10 times this year. We're only in like week 8, so
Yeah.
or I'm recording week 8. No, I'm recording week 9 right now. Week 8 is playing tonight, or it's over.
He's
now.
on Carolina.
Tar Heels.
Yeah, he's North Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so the point being that we were talking about the draft, yeah. So that I think that's the fairest way. And like you said, if you're the 28th or 32nd draft pick, you probably have, from the luck of the draw, a Tom Brady or you have your franchise quarterback on your roster.
Yeah, you may do that. You may pick the team that just won the Super Bowl and then find out you got a 42-year-old quarterback that you got to replace. Like, congratulations,
Sure.
welcome to team management. Like, none of that stuff. No one's going to be set up to have any surprises like that. But this is what happens when you have a sim league. And in the real world, you're taking over a program that you didn't get to build up and prepare. So you got to find whatever that gift is wrapped up as. You got to open that up and figure it out and make decisions to keep your team up.
And we've
Which is
even
a
talked
challenge.
about how to make it, as fun and participatory and inclusive as possible for building the pro league. We've even talked about doing a fantasy draft, which Madden lets you do, to establish, what the players are per team.
Draft,
Yeah. So almost two drafts to kick off the pro league, like that's pretty cool, and could people maybe participate or represent a team and make picks for a team? Like, I don't know, there could be something cool about giving people the chance to be a part of that,
Yeah, and another suggestion, which I don't feel like this is too much because it probably won't happen, but another suggestion that I had initially came up with when I was doing this league by myself was I was going to have a wheel and say there's not, but say there's a Buckeye team in the pro. The Buckeyes, the spin of the wheel, it pops up, they're an air raid offense. So in the first draft, I would have drafted, their first 10 picks would have been receivers and a quarterback. So
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I mean, I think we've kind of gone away from that for now. But it hasn't been decided yet. We don't know. We still have like another 12 weeks.
Yeah, we got time to fine tune everything, and that's
Yeah, I have to
what
see how
we're
the
gonna be doing.
game shakes out. Like, what can you actually do with the base game? Knowing that year one, we will not be doing a mod right out of the gate, which again does not mean we won't be doing a mod long term. But out of the gate, we're kind of tied to whatever year one of this team creation suite offers, and some of the capabilities there, and then I guess whatever we're willing to make up the difference for within Discord and however else, you know.
Yeah, and I will put, should we? I'm fine with either way. I don't care. But do we want to, talk about who we're working with on the mod, or keep that a secret for now?
We haven't gotten explicit.
Sure. That's why I said keep it a secret
Yeah,
for now.
but I'll say they're very, very cool
Very
dudes,
talented.
very talented. They have some personality of their own that they're helping bring to it. And I think long term that is probably, our likely path. But year one, we're gonna rock out with a new team creation suite and see what we can do. And there's a lot of plans in the works to bring you guys some of this stuff. We've talked about doing reveals per episode on different divisions to start to kind of let you guys know what the teams are, and whether or not we do that ahead of, I'm sure probably we'll start doing that ahead of the actual Madden game coming out. But then once we're able to build the team uniforms, we'll share that stuff with you guys too. There's just
honestly an idea I had for that, and this is the first time you guys have heard about it, but an idea I had for that was maybe to during the Skip Lloyd games, maybe at halftime, pop the graphic up at halftime and introduce either a team or a division at a time.
Yeah.
During maybe the division names, and then during the week release the logos for that division. So, definitely need to start getting them out there.
There's so much. Yeah, there's a lot of cool with the teams that we've come up with. I mean, when I tell you guys, like, a lot of thought went into it. I mean, it wasn't just like throwing darts at a board, like the Tallahassee Lions and moving on. Like we looked at cities and we kind of really thought, like, what does the city evoke? Like what is the city known for? Like how can we what's going to feel right with this? And and then the names and the mascots and everything, like it draws to your attention, like these ideas, like this isn't just cut and dry. Like this has feel and weight to it already. There's a little bit of ownership already involved whenever you feel like, so this is cool. I'm drawn to this idea. I'm drawn to this team name. I'm drawn to this team identity. Like, I love this. And that's what we really worked really hard to try to pull out. And I think you guys are going to like.
And that helps lean into the rivalry aspect, because we want this league is called Football Rivals for a reason. We want rivalries. We want, Fry to come in and own a team. And, by the end of their third year, he hates the sound of Baxter's name. I mean, we got organizations to come in and have real rivalries. So.
But I think from a clarification perspective, like the Brady Manning rivalry, where they may hate the logo and hate the
absolutely.
Team, but
they're still going to respect each other.
A little respect. And that's something we were even talking about before we started recording, is just making sure we thread the needle on. It's all about smack talk, but let's never make it personal.
We're professionals first.
Yeah, it's still got to be enjoyable. It's still got to be a product that people feel welcome to come and be a part of. It has to, like you said, thread the needle is the perfect phrase. Like, you're going to have to walk the line. You're going to have awesome smack talk and rivalry, but it's got to come from a respectful place also to encourage,
It's got to be organic. Yeah.
Don't attack the people, attack the team.
Exactly.
Don't make it personal. It's never personal. It's always fun.
Always makes me think of on Any Given Sunday when they go to Dallas at the end, and Lawrence Taylor's character, is it Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, his character's sitting there. He goes, I'm not going to cuss on the podcast, but he's like, I effing hate Dallas. I hate this city, or something like that. I always think of that. Like, I want that. Like, I want Fry to be like, man,
I hate that team in Austin.
I hate watching.
How do you feel about
Austin
just starting to tease some of the cities, but not the names?
I
mean, that's stuff we can work on in the background. Yeah. I mean, you're the graphics guy, so.
Yeah, the hatred I have for the university in Austin, that type of rivalry.
Yeah.
By the way,
either way, no matter what,
Texas finally has a televised game in Week 9.
The Pro League is going to be awesome. That is the bottom line. There's no way around it. The Pro League will be awesome, and very soon we'll start teasing all this stuff out.
Yeah, and everybody right now, the college league it's all that you have in front of you, and so we understand like that's all the attention and focus, and that's great because that funnels directly into the pro league, and so
And
bring guys in, bring people in, and
Well-
and we can funnel this in.
yeah, that's what I was going to say because you have to play. We were talking about it before we started recording. You have to play a minimum of 2 seasons. Now, in the future, once we have the user, we're going to call them recruits. We're not going to call them submissions or users. Once you get human recruits in, and they start funneling into the pros, because if there's 56 created quarterbacks in the college league, obviously 56 quarterbacks aren't going to make it into the pro league and play. But there's not gonna. This is going to be real football. If
Not until the expansion, when Madden allows us to double the number of teams.
Yeah. So once and that's something I've tossed around too. If once we get that to that point, if we do need to make another file, I'm not a fan of it, but I'm not opposed to it either. So that's something we might think about. But
That's a good problem to have. That type of
yeah, I
massive
mean that's
expansion.
I don't foresee that for the first 2, 3, 4 seasons. So. But what I was going to say was, switching gears to college, like I said, year 3 will be on the new college game, barring it's a major disaster, which I highly doubt from all the deep dives.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
And I will be thoroughly grateful to get off of the PS3, hooked up to the PC, hooked up to the TV, hooked up to a freaking whatever it's called. I mean, it'll be nice and to be able to have help. To be able to say, hey, Fry, can you go record 3 games for me in your off time this week?
Yeah,
that'll be awesome.
Are you doing PS5 versus PC? Have you decided that for?
I think for the first year for the college game, I don't know. We'll see how it works out. I would prefer PS5 for college just because more people have PS5.
Right.
And it's college. Like you said, the focus is on pro for the next 6 to 9 months. So we want to get the best product out there for pro. We have the product. I mean, and shout out to the fans. We've gone over 80,000 views now on a year and a half. So,
hell yeah.
I mean, that's awesome. We're pushing 315-ish subscribers on YouTube.
Thank you
TikTok,
guys. Yeah.
TikTok account is going.
That's something worth saying. Like if you guys are looking for something you could do right now to be helpful, the very next time you're watching a game and you see a highlight play, clip it.
Yeah.
And drop it in the Discord. That's all you got to do. Just clip a highlight play and drop it in the Discord. That'd be huge.
Yeah, because I'm the only one doing it right now. And it's
yeah.
So
that's and things like that go a long way towards activity and seeing more and putting in put in your player stuff, put in other things you saw in the game. Like the highlights are a big deal.
But what I was wanting to say before we get sidetracked again was in the college league. The reason I'm leaning toward PS5 for the college season year 3 is because we saw in the deep dive they're going to allow 32 users in a file. So we will have the original plan. Anyone in the Discord can go look at the guidebook or whatever we called it from the start. Yep. The original plan was to have ADs, athletic directors, for colleges. So if you do want to be a college team, there is a fee. It's not nearly what the fee is for a pro organization, but there is a fee. If you and a friend want to run Ohio State or Iowa or the great state of Texas, you would like to run.
You gotta get permission from me for anybody goes out and.
But there will be ADs basically, so you can come in and you can recruit. I mean, once a school gets an AD, everything goes through that guy. It won't go through me anymore, which will be nice because I'll be able to. If you want to be a triple option wheel ground and pound team, go for it.
Yeah,
you want to be
load up a team with just as many people recruited as you can,
and
potentially.
CC's basically doing that right now in North Carolina. So,
and then we get back to that awesome debate. What's it better,
Toby Fortune,
to be lost on a team that's murdering everybody, or to be on a terrible team and stand out statistically and get drafted? I love those discussions.
Because I have a calculator. I haven't shown you guys yet. So I have a calculator that shows, because Madden basically nerfs the crap out of you when you come out of college
Yeah.
into the pros. Like a 98, 99 overall quarterback that's won the Heisman 3 years in college goes into Madden in the draft as like a 70 or a 71, which is still good, but to me, they should be a little higher if they had all those accolades. But we have a calculator that takes everything into account. So, because unfortunately there is no, to me, that's the one ding against the college game is it won't have an export. So,
Yeah.
we'll still have to build that, the rookie class, but we're going to stay on the same game for 2 or 3 years. And especially helps going into the mod versus not mod conversation.
Yeah. If you're a receiver and you're explosive, that's not going to get lost when you translate into the NFL.
Yeah, absolutely. Like if you're a guy, and that's something that our league does is when I made the sliders, I researched heavily, and I'm not going to give our slider secrets away because I think we have really good gameplay. But I researched for weeks before we even set the sliders where they are. We had live presentations. I was off on Fridays, and I would do live presentations on Friday for like 5 hours while we were working through the sliders. So one of the major factors is speed. So like you just said, if you're a 97, 98 speed guy in the college league, you're not going to go into the pros at an 83. You're going to be 90 plus speed. So especially
and don't think that all that testing won't be done with both of the new games. Like that, all that stuff is going to be tweaked and finessed, and
a lot of people probably don't even know that games like that have. I was playing Madden for years before I even realized sliders were there. So there are a ton of ways to tweak and get the proper.
Yeah, and there's sliders and then there's thresholds. There's a certain ability thresholds which affect the game completely also. So. Yeah.
There's a lot of nerd tinkering behind the scenes to put out the proper product.
And there's more to consider this year. I mean, who knows what Madden will have, but clearly the new college game has, like 20 or 40 some odd like individual star attribute traits or X factor type of like abilities that players can have and stuff. And who even knows like how we'll sort through all that stuff or if we'll even use them or not.
I don't know I don't know. That's
a lot to work through.
Yeah, that's something that I feel like we can talk about that, but that's something we've talked about for the pro league was so before we get lost on that, if you want to be an AD for the college season, hit us up. Some of you guys already have, but that won't be until 2025. So still join the league. There's already guys. We've already got 6, 7 guys, 8 guys that have signed up for year 3.
Yeah.
So.
And plenty that are already active and in, so that's additional.
Yeah, they're already in the Discord talking crap.
Right. Yeah. But there's already players.
The Carolinas are having a civil war right now because NC State and the North Carolina players are already talking crap, and half the NC State or 90% of the NC State player or North Carolina players aren't even touching the field this year.
Yeah, they got a lot of receivers.
So it's pretty cool. And you can have more than one player, so
Yeah, and that's
some guys didn't know that.
One per season. But when the next season comes around, throw another player in there.
Yeah, and it's funny.
Make offensive line. Just make offensive line.
It's funny because you'll see in a recap coming up. There's I can't remember if it was this week or next week, but there's a player. He has it's sacks. He has the least sacked quarterback in the league, and he has the most sacked quarterback in the league because he has 2 quarterbacks.
Nice.
So it's kind of interesting. If you want to make 2 quarterbacks, make 2 quarterbacks.
Shout out to Miles.
Yeah, that's he hates that Buck McCarthy is having a good year this year. Buck McCarthy and Oklahoma, they might be in contention for the Natty this year.
They played lights out last year, with the exception of a couple games.
And that's what I'm looking forward to, man. Is that 12-team playoff?
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Michigan.
No, Michigan. They leapfrogged A&M.
Michigan and A&M keep playing.
Yeah,
they keep playing leapfrog on the number 1 spot.
Well, they'll probably leapfrog us again because A&M's got to bye this week. So
yeah, they do.
Another winner. Put them up.
They start slipping. Well, look, that's a long way of saying there's a ton of really cool stuff coming at you guys pretty soon.
Yeah, I think I think all things considered, we've been able to let you guys know a whole lot tonight, and more is coming. That's the thing we're going to put you. There's a whole lot more coming. We've got a whole lot already solidified and locked down that we're just slowly feeding out to you guys over time. We're not only shooting, from our seat like that. We've got a whole lot locked down. We're going to unload more as time goes on, and it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I mean, and if there's anything anyone wants to recommend, suggest, questions, obviously put them in. This is the first time we've not done a live podcast, and it's because we wanted to be able to clearly lay out everything we had thoughts on without, this sounds bad, but without the interaction of the fans this time. But we will have another live one in a week or two to discuss questions and any kind of issues that come up from the comments and stuff.
It's also 4th of July, so that's partially why we're pre-recording it.
Sure, it is. Like I'm about to disappear. I'm a week ahead on recordings, and I'm about to disappear. Like I'm going down to Florida for a week, so nice. I'm not even going to be here. So, but like you said, I think we covered a lot of topics, a lot of ground. Keep watching the college games. There was one more thing I wanted to talk about was the sponsors. We do have. I've said it in the past, and they've kind of fallen through. But we do have 2 or 3 sponsors that are looking at us right now. And I will say their comments, they like the views and they like the engagement. But the one comment from them is that the engagement is not as engaging as it should be. So we get the views, but people aren't liking and commenting.
Yeah.
And to them, that doesn't translate to.
It's a algorithm that it's got. You got
Exactly.
all the right buttons.
So when you go watch the game, again, we're very appreciative. You guys, this league is for you guys, and you're blowing it up. Like I said, we're at a year and a half, and we've got 80,000. We're about to hit 82,000 views, I think.
That's awesome.
So the people are watching, but hit the like button. Like a video will have like 800 views on it in 2 days and like 13 likes.
Yeah.
So take the extra second, please.
Try it on this one. Try it right now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Like the button, comment, and Skip Lloyd is good about it. He's like, hey, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Go drink some more Motorola. While I'm doing that, hit the like button and comment. So even if there's people
tell your mom, tell your friends.
People talk crap to me during the message. They leave comments talking crap to me.
Nice.
But anyway, that's fine. It's a comment. Do it. Tell us we suck. Tell us we rule. Tell us anything. So make a comment, but mainly hit the like button and go subscribe while you're there. It's 1 or 2 subscribers a day right now. So again, thanks, appreciative, grateful, and this league's only going to get bigger, and it's cool and interesting to be in on the ground floor, like Baxter said. So
yes,
I'm very thankful that it's taken like it has. So.
And you guys,
thank you guys for watching this. Thank you for hitting like. Thank you for subscribing, and tell somebody else.
Yep,
absolutely.
With that, that's all I got. This has been Commissioner Baxter, and Fry, and we'll see you at the next game. Who's this Saturday night? So, with all that being said, go watch the Saturday night game with Skip Lloyd calling. It's Georgia Tech versus Duke. Georgia Tech's in the top 25.
For now.
Yeah, they're Noah Roberts, their submitted recruit.
That's right. I was going to say it's a user. It's a user.
It is.
Powerhouse.
That's why they're getting the game. They've earned the right to get the game this week. Everybody's sick and tired of seeing Michigan and A&M beat up on people. A&M's taking a break.
It's gonna keep happening.
Yeah, it's tough when they keep winning.
Yeah.
I will say, Ohio State got a good running back this year, and Tommy Thomas decided to take the year off. So their all-star quarterback has kind of had an off year in his second year. So I feel like the Big Ten is Michigan's to lose right now.
Mm-hmm.
But no matter what, tune into that Georgia Tech Duke game Saturday night.
Tune into the Georgia Tech Duke game. There may or may not be some information, some graphics released on the pro season. So
who knows?
Tune in.
Don't know unless you're there.
Hit the like button. Hit the comment button. Subscribe. I think now we're good to go. You guys have anything else in closing?
Nope. This has been good. Looking forward
Yeah.
to seeing, talking more, doing more of this.
More
All right,
more
yeah.
to come.
Yep, more to come, definitely, especially for the pro season. All right. Other than that, peace, guys.